Hey guys, welcome back to E-Erotic the brand. My name is Eden Middleman, your favorite dating and sex coach here, and I am so excited to be back. It's been a hot minute. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. It's on my website. I don't talk about it often because I'm going to release a really fun course that's coming out that you guys are going to want at a discounted price for only my subscribers. And it's kind of like a secret, but if you land on this video, now you know. Go subscribe to the newsletter on my website. I am a dating coach, so if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, I do that as well. You can find that on my website and all of that good stuff there. Today, we're going to talk about soft role-playing, and I kind of was thinking about this throughout, and it's going to sound weird, throughout my pregnancy, because I was entering like a new stage, you know, a new personality unlocked, a new character unlocked. And I'm not really a role-playing kind of gal, and I know so many girls that I've spoken to are on the same boat. They want to spice things up. They want to do something a little different. They want to like do something a little more performative and maybe more extravagant, but they also just find themselves cringing at the thought of role playing and actually becoming a whole character. I was realizing that like me being pregnant and like me having the baby now and me being a mother, like I've tried to sexify that in the bedroom with my partner. And I realized that I'm not being too performative. I'm playing into my own character. And that is what I call soft role playing. And I think that this is going to be so beneficial to my guys and gals out there who are like, I want to do that, or my partner might be into that, I've noticed, but like I just can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not, because it just makes the hairs on the back of my neck stick up, and not in a good way. Okay, soft role playing is something you might be into. I don't know if it's called soft role playing. That's just what I call it. Play into your own character. And this is another kind of how to be better in bed sex tips, which I have a series on that you guys love. So go watch those and then add this to your secret stash of sexy things you can whip out. Play on location. Okay, so this is like pretty self-explanatory. I've mentioned this a lot. Changing up the location, even just in your household, can really switch up the vibe, make it more exciting, make it a little bit more different. Do it in the kitchen while you're cooking or prepping dinner. You can play into, ooh, I'm making you dinner, honey, like that kind of wifey vibe. Or if you're the guy, you're prepping dinner and the wife is like really happy that you're doing that for her, or you're cleaning up. I find it sexy when my man just like goes and cleans up. I don't know, we give them way too much credit, but whatever. And just like going and giving him a little treat or starting something. Change the location of where you have sex. What do you do for a living? See if you can play into that. A nice fun way of doing this, if you don't want to experiment outside of the bedroom and venture out into different locations like your actual office, but if you have a private office, or if you're able to do that after hours or whatever, when it's appropriate, then make it work. Or your home office. A home office is like a fun way of role playing, but still amplifying the fact that maybe one of you guys or both of you guys work from home. There's a desk. Play into that. Like if somebody's a secretary or doing some admin stuff, like, can you schedule in a D appointment, or like blah, blah, blah. You know, you can start off playing and joking about that, and then sticking with the vibe of scheduling and working in your home office or at the actual office. Because I'm now at home with my child, this is maybe like TMI, but like my partner's going off to work in the morning. So starting something in the morning as he's getting dressed for work, you know, making sure obviously that you're not making them late for work, or maybe that could be a vibe, you know, kind of sexy. Late for work. What were you doing? Why were you late? You know, do things before work or when they come home from work. This is a very entry way of doing like role playing involving their job or like a part of who they are, and like amplifying that and using that to create dialogue while you guys are having sex and dirty talking. So think about things that way. It's really, really easy. It's kind of like sexy to give them a little treat before sending them off to work, you know? As I was saying, as like a stay-at-home mom now during mat leave, I play into the mother role, taking care of the house, like doing those things. I'm trying to make it sexy. Like, I'm not saying that it is something that women should do. I'm not getting into that feminist fucking shit right now. Oh, I made you dinner while taking care of your child, and like, nah. Or like when he comes home, get dressed up. Do something a little spicy, you know, or like while he's around, clean in front of him with a little dress on. Like, you can make things playful and play into those characters. You don't have to become those characters. It could be a part of who you are, but not all of it. And sometimes we can just highlight an aspect of ourselves. This is really fun. And this sometimes just like shows them that you have more sides than just the one that they maybe primarily see, or the one that they always have sex with. This is just like a really quick way. Like, I don't want you guys to do the work. Like, it doesn't have to be work. It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be drama. Like, this is how you do it. Because I cringe. I cannot just act like somebody that I'm not. Like, it has to be a part of who I am. I can only keep it real. Like, I wish I could be a little, oh my God, like, I don't know, some fucking character. I can't do it. So it's got to be me. It could be a small part of me, a spicy part of me, or a part of me that I don't show often. Showcase her. A part of spicing things up is dress a little bit more into the character that you're playing into. So like the stay-at-home mom, wear like a really stereotypical like little dress to clean. Like no woman actually fucking wears a dress to clean, regardless of what they say. All right, wearing pajamas with their hair up in a bun. Okay, if you really want to clean well, but do something a little more fun like that. Or if you're role playing at the office, like put on some glasses. Like just very easy. Okay, like don't go and buy a costume. The whole point of soft role playing is to not feel like you're in a fucking costume and it be Halloween. Another fun soft role playing thing to introduce that if there's no character you really want to highlight, or if none of this is really your vibe, why don't you play into who you were a few years ago when you first met with your partner, for example, or reenact like your first date. And now that you guys obviously know each other, you can be a little bit more sexy and like a little bit more forward. Or go back to the childish kid things. First of all, kids and children should not be doing this. But you know what I mean? That like lighthearted, playful air that you had at the beginning of the relationship. Like go back to making out in cars. Go back to like having sex in cars, or like having a quickie here, or like somewhere public. Like oops, couldn't help it. Rubbing him underneath the table at dinner at a public restaurant. I'm not endorsing like public indecency and shit like that, but I'm just saying like having a little flirty fun and like doing those things again. It's not quite role playing, but it is bringing back that kind of fun, spicy, exciting version of you that maybe has been buried in routine, knowing your partner over the years and getting comfortable. This is a fun way of spicing things up in the relationship. And you can throw in a little bit more of that character play into this, but also if you're just not feeling that, sometimes if I am in the mood for something spicy or to excite things, I talk about the first time we met and like maybe some dirty thoughts that were going through my mind, or like we'll go out or we'll whatever, and I do something maybe unexpected a little bit more that's exciting that I know my partner's going to like. Now, if you don't know, if you're unsure if your partner's into it, or if you really are into role playing and you're trying to get your partner into it, or to see where they are and gauge that, talk about it. Okay, again, I always talk about talking about it, because in relationships, if you cannot talk about things like this, there is a problem. If your partner is extremely uncomfortable about talking about sex, but you guys are having sex, I would address that. Now, don't come at them from like a therapist perspective, but just be like, hey, listen, I'm not saying that I want to change anything, but I want to know what you want. And maybe start the conversation by asking them what they want, rather than, hey, I was thinking we should do this. Like, cool, Bob, like tone it down. It's not always about you. Try and see where they're at by asking them questions and not putting your 2 cents in, because nobody wants 2 cents. Get creative, get excited, ramp these up, make them you, add the flair. But this is just like a small fun tip I wanted to talk about and let you guys know that is still an option. You don't have to be full blown into role playing. Like I cannot imagine myself doing that. Maybe one day, I don't know. Sure, but right now it's just not my vibe. I like to keep things like me and chill and fun and cool and sexy, but I just can't get into being like Sabrina from God knows where and like doing that. I don't know. To me, it's a little problematic if you really think about it. But anyways, to each their own. Different strokes for different folks, and that's why take this with a grain of salt, make it you, and leave a comment on ways that you like to spice it up, or things that you do that is kind of into that soft role-playing vibe, or like entry level role playing that could help other people out in the community, and maybe could give me some ideas, because it's also about switching things up. Shows that you want to keep the relationship exciting. It doesn't necessarily mean that you want to change the relationship, and I think that's important to also highlight too. That's why you should do it once in a blue moon and actually have conversations about this, rather than like throw this into the mix and your partner be like, what the fuck, like why are you doing this? Is something wrong? Like why do you want to play like this? Like, sometimes people might take it the wrong way. So it's very important to discuss it. And me and my partner know that that's what we're always about. And we love doing those things and like talking about that and switching things up and surprising each other. And we don't take it any way besides, woo, this is fun. We're on the same level when it comes to sex. So, we've discussed this and that's how we know. And so we know we have the go ahead and we try different things, and the other person usually plays into it. But get to know your partner well enough before doing things that might be out of the ordinary, if you haven't spoken about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this inspired you and got you guys excited to try something new tonight, today, tomorrow, perhaps. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube, and hit the bell for notifications so you're notified next time I post. And subscribe to my channel. It really means a whole lot. If you're listening to the podcast, don't forget to rate it 5 large and in charge stars. If you guys have any requests as well, feel free to leave them, send them to me, DM them, do all that good stuff. Stay tuned. I have a lot of exciting things I'm working on. I appreciate your patience and your time here. Take care, guys. Bye.